Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. For today's look, I'm going to start with the Smashbox Photo Finish Lid Primer. And the first eyeshadow I'm going in with is the Makeupgeek Bedrock eyeshadow. So this is going to be my transition shade. So I'm blending this all over in my crease using a blending brush from Anastasia Beverly Hills. So I'm just blending this all over in my crease, going back and forth with my brush. And I do want to quickly mention that I'm sorry that I didn't upload yesterday. I always try to upload on Sunday, but I was at my sister's birthday, so I couldn't get this video up earlier. Not sure if anyone noticed, but I just wanted to let you know. So now I'm going in with the shade Concrete Jungle, also by Makeupgeek, and I'm going to blend this in my crease as well. The brush that I'm using right now is called the Gabyros Makeup R202, but I will mention it down in the description bar, because I can't really pronounce this name really well. So I'm blending this in my crease as well, just going back and forth, and the shade is slightly darker than the shade I used before, so the shade is going to darken up my whole crease. And I always like to slowly build up the colors in my crease, and when I'm done with that, I'm going back in with the light transition shade that I used at the beginning, and I'm blending this around the edges to make it look as smooth as possible. So now I'm going to use the Makeupgeek Whitelies eyeshadow, which is a matte white shade. And I'm going to apply this underneath my brow bone. And this will also lift my eyebrow, but at the same time, because I'm blending it also slightly on top of my crease, it will make my transition from my brow to my crease look way more blended out and smooth. Just try it out if you haven't done it before, it will really make a difference. So now I'm going in with my MAC Pro Longwear concealer in the shade NC15. This is the lightest shade as far as I know. And I'm using a concealer brush, which is by Dose of Colors. And I'm going to apply the concealer over the eyelid and trying to create a super sharp line underneath my crease, which will give a super nice effect. Now that I'm done with applying my concealer, I'm going back in with the Whitelies eyeshadow by Makeupgeek, and I'm going to softly press this at the beginning of my eyelid using my favorite brush by MAC Cosmetics, which is the 242. Really a brush that I would recommend for applying eyeshadows on the eyelid. It works well for metallic or shimmery shades, but also really nice for matte eyeshadows. So now I'm going in with the Bedrock eyeshadow from Makeupgeek. And I'm going to apply it slightly in the middle part and also softly applying this on top of the Whitelies eyeshadow, trying to make these shades melt into each other so you're getting a really nice transition on the eyelid. Now I'm going in with this super pretty blue shade, which is called Blueberry, also by Makeupgeek. And I'm applying this more towards my outer V, but also slightly in the middle part, trying to make this blend into the gray shade. And I did notice that because this shade is quite dark, that it didn't melt perfectly into each other. So I went back in with that gray shade and I'm going around the edges, trying to make the transition look more smooth. Now I'm going to use the Balm Meet Matte Ador palette, and I'm going to use the blue shade. I'm going to press this in my outer V. This is like a dark blue shade. It has a super soft sheen, but I think it goes more to like a matte shade. And I'm going to blend this around my outer V, trying to make it blend into my crease, towards my lower lash line, and also trying to make it blend into the Blueberry eyeshadow by Makeupgeek. So now to intensify it, I'm going in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Noir Eyeshadow, pressing this on top of where I first applied the blue eyeshadow from the Meet Matte shade. The Meet Matte palette, and I'm just going to softly press this. So now I'm going to mix the blue shade from the Balm palette and it's not really a black shade, it's like super dark. And I'm going to mix these together, and I'm blending this around the edges and slightly on top of where I placed the Noir eyeshadow. and I'm just trying to make this blend more towards the other shades. I did have like a sort of hard time doing this, so I'm going back in with a lot of these shades to make it look more blended out. So now I'm going back in with that blue shade, and I'm going to blend this underneath my lower lash line. And also you can blend a little bit more of this around the edges where you place the noir eyeshadow. I always find it quite hard to go in with black shades because it's so intense and quite hard to blend out. So I still feel like it looks kind of harsh on the eyelid. But this is the best that I could get it to look like. So yeah, I'm just blending this around my outer V and underneath my lower lash line. So now I'm going back in with the Whitelies eyeshadow, and I'm going to pop this in my inner corner. I really feel like this gives a sort of finishing touch or something. Yeah, I don't really know how to describe, sort of halo effect in my inner corner. So now for my waterline, I'm going to use the MAC Fascinating Eye Pencil, one of my favorite white eye pencils ever. It's quite of a dry texture, so it stays in place really well. And I feel like because I use the white on the eyelid and in my inner corner, it kind of matches. So now I'm applying a thin line above my lash line, which is the NYC Liquid Liner, a nice drugstore eyeliner, one of my favorites. Now for my mascara, I use the MAC Bad and Bold Lash Mascara, and for my lashes, I use the Silly Lashes from Anytude. I have a discount code in the description bar. And yeah, this is the end result, but I'm also going to show you a version where I created sort of glitter tears. So for this, I'm going to use the Certifeye Silver Glitter, and to apply this, I'm using my MAC Mixing Medium Gel. So I'm going to first apply a little bit of that MAC Mixing Medium Gel just randomly on where I want the glitters to be. And then I'm going to press the glitter on top of it. It was really easy. I was done finishing the eye look and I felt like, let's just add some glitter and see how it looks. I've never done glitter tears before, but I see it so much on Instagram. And it turned out quite nice, and since it was so freaking easy, I wanted to include it in this video. So if you recreate this, you can do the glitter tear version or just without the glitter. Just do whatever you like. So yeah, this is the finished result. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you did enjoy. This would be really sweet. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comment section. And yeah, I hope to see you in my next video. Bye guys!